Hey, good afternoon, South Mississippi, or wherever the hell you're tuning in from. Today is Friday, August 1st. Welcome to WTF. If it's the first time you're tuning in, this is what's the forecast. Sometimes we say what the fuck as well, because sometimes you just got to look outside and be like, what the fuck is happening here, man? But look, guys, it is summertime here along the Gulf South. Man, it's hot, okay? Stop bitching about the heat and enjoy it, man. Get out there, shorts, t-shirt, flip-flops. Walk from point A to point B, crank up the air conditioning in your car. If you're having problems, roll the window down, whatever the case is. Try to minimize your time outdoors, but enjoy the weather, man. Everything is green. There's lots of sunshine. Yeah, it's getting hot, or it has been hot. We're going to continue to see hot conditions all the way into the autumn months. But I guess my point is just enjoy it while you can, because before you know it, and you know how it happens down here along the Gulf South, temperatures they stay fairly moderate. There's a slow drop off, but man, around the late October, November timeframe, sometimes even going into early December, we go from green to dry and brown, and that's how we throughout the winter months. Of course, every few years we have that exception to where we get some snow. This past January is what I meant to say. I think it was January 21st where we saw 6+ inches here in South Mississippi throughout the Southeast, record breaking snow since like 1863 or something like that. And that was fun. Don't get me wrong, that was fun. I was out there singing in the snow, making my snow angel like everybody else out there, just kind of enjoying it for that 4 or 5 days, which was pretty long for snow to stick around down here in South Mississippi. But man, it's hot. Enjoy it. Before you know it, we're going to be wearing too much damn clothes. Oh, and especially before you know it, the sun is going to start setting at 5 o'clock in the damn afternoon again. I love that it sets at 8 o'clock at night. I love that it rises about 6 o'clock in the morning, roughly about 14 hours. We're on the downslope, obviously, towards September 21st. That's when the autumn officially begins. But man, yeah, get out there, enjoy the heat, show off your summer body or your winter body, whichever one you've got. But get out there and enjoy conditions. All right, so WTF, what the forecast? We tell shit like it is. I talk about the tropics, I talk about local conditions here in South Mississippi, throughout the region as well. Again, if you're new to the program or this little podcast, my name is Rob Knight, formerly chief meteorologist with NBC and Fox down here as of about a year ago. And after doing weather for about 29 years, I realized a couple of things. One was that I really enjoy dissecting the atmosphere. I really enjoy trying to figure out what Mother Nature is going to do. And, when I used to teach at Keesler, even all the young kids that I introduced into the weather community while I was the chief meteorologist, I try to instill to them that Mother Nature is going to give you X amount of clues. You have to have the education, the knowledge, the gut instinct to go with those clues and try to figure out what Mother Nature is going to do. If you pay very close attention, she'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. And that's what separates the good meteorologists from, you know, everybody else that's out there trying to forecast the weather. So Friday, August 1st, and by the way, August 1st, man, it is one of my favorite months. August, NFL football started back last night. Yeah. It was the Hall of Fame game, BS game, but it signified the start of preseason. Before you know it, man, we're going to be in full swing. As a matter of fact, before you know it, we're going to be looking back and saying, damn, half of the football NFL season is already over with. It's going to go by rather quick. So August 1st, birthday month, by the way. Yeah, I am Leo. And we're going to celebrate all month. As you know, Leos, we like ourselves a little bit, just like any cat out there. We like to dote on ourselves. We like to kind of look at you every once in a while and do one of these numbers. And fuck you, I'm going my way. I'm doing my thing. But no, it's going to be a good month. The tropics are quiet. I'm going to get into that. But let's start off by taking a look at what's happening in the area. August 1st, man, it is hot and it's going to continue to be hot, folks. Let's see, I got to get this up. We're going to continue to find hot conditions, and before you know it, again, like I keep saying, we're gonna be right there with the burn months: September, October, November, December, and before you know it, we're gonna be under some cold weather once again. I always ramble when it's time to get this thing going because, damn, when I was on television, other people used to do this, and all I had to do was kind of kick back and talk about stuff. Okay, so hot conditions out there. We're going to top off right around 90, 91 degrees, 92 in the interior counties. It's not going to be terribly bad, but it is summertime. So if you're going to be in the elements, remember lots and lots of sunscreen, stay hydrated, and damn it, don't go out there and do lawn work in the middle of the day. And especially don't go out there and walk your dog in the middle of the damn day when you've got sneakers or flip flops on and your dog is walking on 140-degree asphalt or cement. If I see you, I'm going to say something to you. We're going to have words, folks. Come on. They're family members or your fur babies. Use some common sense when it comes to that. So again, today, August 1st, WTF with me, Rob Knight. Current conditions, hot temperatures in the area, low 90s throughout the region as well. Here's the satellite, folks. It's a typical summertime pattern down here. However, there is an exception. We actually have a weak frontal boundary throughout the Gulf South and the Southeast. It's more like a weakness in the pattern compared to a cold front, but it's being depicted as a cold front with these maps that I'm using. So right now we're looking at the Gulf South satellite imagery. You can see the color to the right of the area. Those are some brighter tops. Those are thunderstorm cells. And by the way, compared to the past couple of days where we saw the motion of these thunderstorms moving towards the northwest and the north, today is going to be more of an east northeasterly component, practically east, just a little bit north of that. But the flow has changed, so we're going to see more of a east northeasterly flow here in South Mississippi. We got the little cumulus field, those little popcorn clouds that have popped over the past couple of hours or so, and that's pretty much dominant throughout the region. Some upper level clouds from southwest Mississippi off towards just south of Meridian. More in the way of cloud coverage well north of the I-20 corridor, but high pressure is to the south of the area. And again, just to the north of us, there is a little bit of weakness in the overall pattern, and that is going to influence the conditions over the next couple of days into next week. Boy, if you're heading outdoors for lunch or if you're just heading out this afternoon, if you're coming home from work, whatever the hell you're doing, this is what our beachfront looks like. This is right along the Biloxi Ocean Springs Bridge. As we're looking towards the west, you can see Harris to the right. And a little bit further down, there's the Beau Rivage right there in the Hard Rock. But beachfront looking nice and pristine. There is Paradise Pier. I think that's what's called, right? Paradise Pier. Anyway, yeah. Looking east, we've got lots of sunshine. Cloud coverage has developed. These clouds, they don't have much in the way of vertical extent, but they're going to continue to build this afternoon. We're going to start seeing them grow to about 18,000, 25,000, then eventually start spitting out some lightning in the area. But right now, we are rain-free, thunderstorm-free as well. A couple of weeks ago, we had the jet stream banking all the way down towards the Gulf South. That brought in multiple frontal boundaries, which kind of just dissipated just to the north of the area. The front hugging the U.S.-Canadian border. South of that, the dominant feature throughout east of the Continental Divide, not so much along the southern plains, but east of the Continental Divide and the Gulf South and Southeast, hot, humid conditions. A little bit of an anomaly for the Midwest and the Northeast. They're going to find cooler and a little less in the way of those humid conditions into the weekend and early next week as well. So there's that front that the National Weather Service is depicting throughout the Gulf South. Again, it's more of a weakness in the overall pattern than it is an actual front because, simply put, there really isn't that much in the way of colder air. There's cool, slightly cooler air behind, more so evident along the Midwest and the Northeast, well to the north of where this weakness is. Throughout the Gulf South, hot, humid, hazy conditions, and with that weakness throughout the region, daytime heating is going to give us that trigger that we need to build these showers and thunderstorms. They're going to start spitting out lightning about mid-afternoon or so, say about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And again, the motion is going to be towards the east and the northeast this afternoon. So rain chances about 30 to 40 this afternoon. Into the weekend, this is a depiction of Saturday. That little weakness overhead starts to kind of fizzle out, but it's still going to be there as we make our way into Sunday as well. What does that mean for the forecast? Typical summertime pattern. This is going to be daytime heating, induced thunderstorms. This weakness throughout the region, it's going to aid in giving us some efficient rainmakers. The heavier rain should be east of the area, but nonetheless, typical summertime pattern. You're going to see hot and humid conditions with the afternoon showers and thunderstorms, about about 30 to 40% this afternoon, 50 to 60% this weekend. It's going to keep the heat index down. It's going to keep it manageable. Those dew points, the humidity level, it's going to stay down as well. So expect rain chances through the weekend if you've got some outdoor plans, especially if you plan on grilling, mid, late afternoon into the evening time frame or something like that. So into next week, we're going to find just a little bit of a change. That heat is going to start developing back to the west once again. The heat that was throughout the southeast last week, where we had high heat indice values, that's going to shift or redevelop back to the west with a area of high pressure, just kind of suppressing their region, giving them an additional compressional heating on top of just the regular daytime burning ass sun that's going to bring temperatures in the 90s and more than likely. Albuquerque West, looking into Phoenix, Arizona, they're probably going to be in triple digits next week. Heat index, not quite sure about that, but it definitely looks like they're going to see some triple digit value ambient temperatures. So with the weakness throughout the southeast and the Gulf South, notice the rain potential, which is going to continue from mid-Atlantic states down through just south of Jacksonville back towards the west. Heavier rain potential. The most unstable air is going to be east of our area, and that's going to bring some heavier rainfall to portions of southeast Alabama, southern Georgia, and then the majority of the South Carolina area as well. Rainfall potential, our area, 1 to 2 inches, typical of what we would see during a regular summertime afternoon where the sea breeze just induces that moisture influx, daytime heating, blah, 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 blah. So nothing out of the ordinary for our area as far as what we're going to find as far as rainfall goes through the weekend into next week. So typical August pattern, and again, I just said what that was, is just moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, daytime heating, flaring up that moisture. We start getting those thunder boomers early to mid-afternoon, and they start pushing inland. Typical summertime pattern, but again, the steering flow is towards the east and the northeast for this afternoon. The heat advisory criteria, I think we're going to stay below that through the weekend into early and midweek next week as well. I mean, it's going to be hot, right? We're going to be looking at like right about 90 degrees or so, but the humidity and coupled with afternoon showers and thunderstorms, which is going to bring reduced temperatures and some cooler air to the area as well. I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. Weakness throughout the Gulf South and the Southeast, that's going to continue into early next week, say about Tuesday timeframe, and then it starts to wash off. Regular afternoon thunderstorms could be expected. So again, just stay aware. If you plan on grilling out in the open air, if you don't have a covered back patio or something like that, you may want to have a backup plan, especially both Saturday and Sunday. So the tropics, it's nice and quiet. That's the way I like it. And I've been saying since early this year, the majority of and I'm sticking by it. Majority of these storms are going to recurve well off the Florida coast or closer to the Florida East Coast, make their way up towards the north and the northeast. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, I kind of have a feeling y'all are going to get hit with something pretty big this year. I'm not wishing that. I'm just saying that looks to be the trend for the upcoming season. And again, we're barely into our tropical storm season. The pattern, the water, the ocean doesn't really start spitting out these storms until September. September 12th, September 12th is peak hurricane season. And then after that, we start to see these powerful storms coming in making their way off the west coast of Africa and then making their way throughout the Atlantic basin. So definitely keep a close eye on that throughout the next several months. If something does develop, the prime area, low shear area, hot area, 200 feet of 82 degrees of sea surface temperatures from the surface to about 200 feet deep, low 80s, prime location again, Carolina coast and then northeast. So we'll continue to watch that. But again, the National Hurricane Center indicating they are not expecting any kind of tropical development over the next 7 days. Hey, and since we're talking about the next 7 days, here's what you can expect as far as the forecast goes. Nothing too much out of the ordinary. We'll be under partly cloudy skies, mostly clear during the morning time frame, and this is going to be representative today, Monday, Tuesday, into next week. Saturday and Sunday, you're going to wake up. We're going to have a good bit of cloud coverage overnight and through the morning as well. As a matter of fact, 40% chance for afternoon thunderstorms. That's going to sit about 40 to 50% tonight for a few showers and thunderstorms. Saturday and Sunday will bring 70 and then 60% for the activity. Again, the majority of the energy is going to be during the afternoon time frame. Saturday and Sunday, a little bit weak. I think it does look like we're going to start seeing some activity pop right around the midday time frame as to where today, next week, we're going to be looking at about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, extending into the evening time frame. Greatest rain chances again Saturday and Sunday. That drops back down to about a 40 to 50% chance. Monday through Thursday of next week, and look at those temperatures. Really nice summer temperatures. 92 degrees today. Otherwise, we're going to be anywhere from about 89 to 91, 91 for both Saturday and Sunday. The thing that's going to make it feel a little bit more comfortable, Saturday and Sunday, we'll have a northwest and then a northeasterly component with the winds. By Tuesday, we start getting that Gulf flow, that southeast wind. The humidity pops back up. Humidity being influenced the heat index. Uh, Monday, Tuesday, we could be borderline heat index, heat advisory. But, we'll wait until the weekend is over to try to tackle that. So, hot temperatures, typical pattern, a little bit of relief in the afternoon hours with showers and thunderstorms. And WTF is going on. I really don't have much to talk about, but man, something this past 10 days or so, we've lost a few celebrities, man. Um, Theo Huxtable from the Cosby Show. If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, you saw that. They still have reruns of that. And then Ozzy, man, the Prince of Darkness left us. That was really touching to see his procession, how many people was out his hometown back in England. But man, you talk about somebody that influenced rock and roll. So many great artists came out and spoke about it, but shit happens. We don't have a personal connection with these people, but because you grow up knowing them, knowing of their music or their art or their craft, whatever it is that they brought to your life, whatever happiness it brought to your life, when they depart this world, it is sad. It does affect us all, not personally, obviously, but it does make an impact. And they always say things come in three. Let's see, it was Theo Huxtable. I can't think of my man's real name right now. Hulk Hogan, and then Ozzy. So, man, before you know it, we're all going to be on that big escalator to the sky. Hopefully, it's to the sky, not the other way. So, folks, again, WTF, I'm Rob Knight. I want to thank you for tuning in, South Mississippi, wherever you're tuning in from. We try to tell you to stay safe, practice sometimes safety tips, make sure you're around. By the way, heat stress, heat stroke, man, I'm seeing it firsthand. It is nothing, nothing to play with. Okay. It's terribly bad and it's hard to recover from. So hydrate, water, Gatorade, Pedialyte, things like that. Not beer and soda, and then go out and jog for 10 miles. You know what I mean? And again, keep your fur babies nice and safe whenever you're trying to walk them. Walk them later on in the day. Walk them in the afternoon when the temperatures aren't as bad. And as you can see, once again, I'm late to get this thing closed. Folks, we're going into the weekend, man. I hope you have a good one. Again, Rob Knight here with you. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, if you like this, I try to keep it fairly short, about 20 minutes or so. If you like this, share it with your friends. Again, there's no bullshit going on here. I tell you exactly how it's going to be. I get straight to the point. And of course, with hurricane season, which is going to start getting rather active over the next couple of weeks, couple of months, definitely going to keep an eye on that and tell you exactly how it's going to be. So again, WTF on this August 1st. Happy Friday, folks. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you for tuning in and stay safe.